I did put a note in there. Browsers continue to be one of the steadiest streams of vulnerabilities that we need to address on a continuous basis. So you can take a look at the recommendation there. More and more organizations are starting to break into multiple remediation tracks, and this is kind of coinciding with that guidance. Have your monthly maintenance for end user devices, especially have a more frequent weekly priority update window where you're taking care of not only the vulnerabilities that pass through your production cycle this month. Normally you would then add those to your priority updates going forward. That way anybody who was offline or missed an update or so on gets caught, and make sure we get those updated in between, but also making sure that we stay on top of those continuous release products like the browsers especially. Between the three major browsers, you get 2 to 3 releases from Firefox, and then a weekly release from Chrome, which has security updates in it, which means that the Chromium-based browsers like Edge, Opera, and others will continuously need to be updated as well. So it's recommended to put the browsers into more of that continuous cadence of at least weekly to try to reduce the number of those vulnerabilities. So there's a few notes in there like that. A good read there if you want to take a look. And this, by the way, comes out Tuesday afternoons, typically, around 3 to 4 Central Time is when we try to target having that blog post up. It varies depending on what all happens day to day. Larger months, it could take a little bit longer, but that's a quick read that you can get that gives you some of the information that we cover today, but a little bit in advance. There's a couple of other kind of major security issues that you want to be aware of. Apple did just have a release recently for the iPhone and iPads that was an urgent update for plugging a USB vulnerability. It's the type of vulnerability that is more of a commercial spyware type target. So vulnerabilities like Pegasus that we dealt with before. This is that type of vulnerability where somebody could get access to a device and bypass security features on that through this vulnerability to be able to go into restricted mode on a locked device. So the type of thing where a stolen device or a lost device becomes a major security concern when somebody has the ability to bypass those features and get access to that information. So this is one where it's definitely a high concern, but a fairly minimal, targeted kind of attack that would be exposed to this, especially high-profile users and devices that have proprietary information or PII on them would be devices that you'd be especially concerned about this. So most of our, executives and things are using iPhones, iPads, other technologies like that. They would be the type of users that we would be concerned about those devices being unlocked by somebody who may have stolen that device and could get access to proprietary information or customer information. So that's an update that just came out recently here. Article just aired yesterday, but I believe the iPhone and iPad updates came out a little bit before that. So just a note there to be aware of.